everybody. This is Jacqueline. Happy Wednesday and happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're having a good day. And it is Valentine's Day. We're not doing anything special today. We just find that Valentine's Day things tend to be really crowded, so we don't usually go out on Valentine's Day. And we went out last night because we had a dinner, and then this weekend we'll be going out a couple of times, so we decided not to go out tonight. We're just going to stay in and have a quick, easy dinner tonight at home. So whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a nice day. So today I wanted to talk to you about the Art of Home Club. We are in the middle of open enrollment right now, and we will be open through tomorrow night. Tomorrow is Thursday, the 5th, yes, the 15th. So through tomorrow night, we will be open for enrollment. And we don't have the enrollment open for new members all of the time. We usually just open it a few times a year. And what that does is that helps us to really focus on all of our new members, make sure that they're not having any problems, make sure that they're able to navigate the website and that they're enjoying the club. And once we get them all settled in, then a couple months later, we can bring in more people. We just found that it works better that way. So today I wanted to talk to you about some frequently asked questions that I get regarding the club. The first thing that people always ask is, how much does it cost? Of course, we always want to know that. So it's $9.95 per month. And for $9.95, you just really get a ton of content. So you're going to get a pattern, but you don't just get like one pattern or one project. Most of our patterns have at least 2, sometimes 3 projects. So it might be like a quilt and a pillow, or a table runner and a wall hanging, or something like that. So each pattern also contains applique options and embroidery options. So, and usually there's at least like 4, 5, 6, sometimes I think we've gone as high as 8 different embroidery patterns in a project, in a monthly project. And then also, like I said, the applique options. And what that does is that gives you the ability to kind of choose which patterns you like best. So project might only require 4 embroideries, but you might have like 6 embroideries to choose from, so you can pick the 4 that you like the best. So, so then in addition to the pattern and the projects, you're also going to get a document which shows you how to mix and match the projects, because one of the great things about the way this club works is I've set it up so that you can mix and match a lot of the projects. So let's say you like this month's embroidery patterns, but you maybe don't want to make the project that goes with it, or you don't have time to make the project, or you have something else in mind. You can maybe go to the January patterns or the December patterns and make the project that we have made that month with this month's embroidery. So it's really fun to help you mix and match all your projects. You can really get creative. And actually the reason that I had this idea to do it this way was, you know, we do the block of the month. Every year we do a new one. And I was always so amazed at how creative everybody was with the block of the month pattern. I would take this pattern and put it out there that had embroidery designs and applique designs, and people would come back and do these totally creative and different things with the pattern. And I just thought, wow, you guys are like super creative out there, and wouldn't it be great if I could come up with a product and a membership and a way for you to just enhance your creativity even more, just give you some more ideas of how you can use the different patterns. So that's kind of the basis of how we do the club. So in addition to your new monthly patterns that you get every month with the embroidery patterns and the applique patterns and the projects, there's also a ton of bonus content on the website. There's videos for different embroidery stitches. There's videos for different ways you can use your blocks, some ideas for using the orphan blocks, which is a nice idea. The patterns are always easy to follow, because I personally have found that I have a hard time following a lot of patterns the way they're written. And so I started writing patterns just kind of the way my mind works and the way I kind of see things. And a lot of people have told me that they really like the way I write the patterns. So I guess a lot of you probably maybe think the way I do. I don't know. To me, the way patterns are generally laid out, they just don't make sense to me. I have a hard time sort of visualizing how they're going to go together. So I try to put a lot of diagrams in my patterns and write them very clear step-by-step instructions. I try not to assume that you know how to do anything. I try to walk you through everything step by step in my patterns. So in addition to the patterns, all of the tutorial videos, we have a private Facebook group. So you can ask questions, you can post photos of your projects. And what I really like about the Facebook group is it's a really nice little community. And I learn a lot of things in there. A lot of times, somebody might post a question about how do you do this, and people will come up with different answers of how to do something. And a lot of times I have been like, oh yeah, I never thought of doing it that way, but that would be, a good way of doing that. So we really enjoy having the Facebook group. And another question that people ask a lot is, can they cancel at any time? And the answer is yes. So how it works is, it's $9.95 per month, and that is taken either out of your PayPal account or your credit card gets charged every month on the same day. And as long as your payment information is current and your payments are current, you are a member of the club. You have 24/7 access to the club website where you can download all of your patterns, watch the videos, do all that bonus stuff that I was talking about. You can cancel at any time. You're not obligated to stay in the club for a specific minimum amount of time. You can cancel at any time. And another thing is, as soon as you sign up, you have access to all of the bonus content. So our new monthly content comes out on the 20th of every month. So next Tuesday will be the 20th of February, and you will be getting your February patterns. But in the meantime, as soon as you sign up, you're going to get that bonus content. You're going to get previous block of the month patterns. You're going to get a lot of different embroidery patterns. There's a machine applique tutorial there. The machine applique tutorial is in my shop for $10. That's included free in your membership content in that bonus area. Like I mentioned, we've got the most recent block of the month we did was I Love Home, and probably a lot of you did that one with us. And the one before that was called Maggie's First Dance. So now, the free versions of those are both finished. They're available on my website for $21.95. But if you sign up for the club, that is another bonus that's included in your website, your membership. So you can see that just with all of the bonus content on the website, the membership website, you are like totally getting your money's worth the very first month that you sign up. So I just wanted to show you, just in case some of you weren't with us, in 2016 when we did Maggie's First Dance, that was our block of the month. So I wanted to show you the quilt that we did for that. And remember, this is included in the bonus content on the website. So if you sign up today, you're going to get this pattern immediately. And it's $21.95 on my regular website, but it's included in your club membership. So the theme of this one was flowers. And I called it Maggie's First Dance because my grandmother was named Margaret, and I was kind of imagining her going to her first dance and maybe meeting my grandfather there, going with her sisters. So that's why I called it Maggie's First Dance. And I'm going to hold it up. So again, there's lots and lots of diagrams in these instructions. The blocks look very complicated, but actually with the instructions that I give you, it's really not hard. And a lot of people tell us that the block of the months are their first quilt project that they ever made, and they did a great job on it. So if you don't have Maggie's First Dance, this in itself is a great reason to sign up for the club today to get this pattern. And another thing I wanted to show you, as I mentioned, on Tuesday will be the 20th, so the February patterns will be coming out. And this month, the theme for the February patterns are little like inspirational sayings. And there's a couple different wall hangings that you can make with those. So here, this one is believe there is good in the world, but then it's also be the good in the world. So I really like this one. And this is one of the it's a little teeny tiny wall hanging that you can make. You can put this whole thing together in an afternoon if you wanted to. Another thing you could do is make embroidery hoop art. So embroidery hoop art is really, really popular right now, and it's a great way. Sometimes you might not have time to make 4 or 5 or 6 embroidery designs, but you could pick out 1 or 2 that you really like, and you can make something like this little wall hanging. You could make the embroidery hoop art. This one is a Monet quote. It says, "I must have flowers always and always." And this month, we're working on combining applique and embroidery. Most of the months, you will get embroidery patterns and applique patterns. This month, actually, we're combining embroidery and applique in the same project, and we have some tips in the project notes about how to do that. Let's see. Another quote we had was, "Be kind always." And again, you can see we've done applique for the kind and then embroidery for the rest of it. And these are made by my friend Brenda Hotinger over at the Quilting Nook, and "Do small things with great love." It's another great quote from, I believe that was a Mother Teresa quote. So you can see these are just uplifting little quotes that are just going to look really cute hanging on your wall. Do a wall hanging, do a lap quilt or something for one of your friends, put them on a tote bag, would be really, really cute on a tote bag. Brenda also made this bonus project of an apron, and this is going to be included in your February patterns also. And this one says, "Clean houses never last, hugs and kisses do." So I just think that's a nice thing to keep in mind. I know when I had little kids in the house, I was always running after them, trying to keep the house clean, and then, you know, as you soon find out, you're fighting a losing battle. So it's kind of a reminder to keep your priorities straight. You know that those kids only stay little for a very short time, and so, you know, savor it with lots of hugs and kisses, and don't worry about how clean your house is. So I just really like that saying. So that is some of the stuff that would be included in the February project. So another question that I get is, somebody might see a previous project that we're done and they'll say, "Can I just buy that project?" So for example, last year we had done the Dresden, the teacups with the Dresden blocks, and we made table runner out of it. And we also had instructions to make a Dresden flower wall hanging. And also in that same pattern, we had the embroidery patterns for these little critters in teacups, which are really cute. So I had, you know, I have people say sometimes, "Well, I really just want that Dresden pattern. Can I just get the Dresden pattern?" And actually the answer is no. When I say that these are club exclusive projects, they really are exclusive to the club. You won't find them anywhere on the internet. You won't find them in shops anywhere. You won't find them on my blog or on my website. They're only available to club members. So how it works is, say you sign up in February, you're going to get the February patterns, and then you'll do your March payment, you get the March patterns, and so on. But let's say you see the pattern from last October and you really love it and you really want it. As a club member, you can go in and you can purchase separately any of the previous patterns, and that's an optional purchase. So you can just, you know, if there's something you really like, you can go in there and buy it. And so those previous collections are only available to club members. So that's another good reason to join the club, so that you can get all of those projects that you've been seeing on the website that you really want to make. Another thing that we do, which is really fun, we started last year, was doing mystery sew-alongs. So last year in the fall, we did a butterfly mystery sew-along, and how that worked was every month members got a new butterfly to embroider, and then after 5 months of getting a new butterfly every month, we put it all together into a quilt. And that was, the mystery was, they got the butterflies, a butterfly each month, but they didn't know how it was going to go together in the quilts and what the final pattern was going to be. So I just wanted to show you what this was, the January pattern. So this was a pillow that I made out of our butterfly applique from the January patterns. And I actually have a video tutorial about adding trim to projects, because I just happen to love rickrack and pom-pom fringe. I just think that if you've got a project that's cute, you put some pom-pom fringe on it, and then it's like super, super cute. So we've got some video tutorials for that. And then this is the quilt that we made. And I hope you can see the whole thing. And I don't think you're on the screen, you're going to get an appreciation for the colors in this, but it's really, really pretty. But, ooh, I'm holding it upside down. This was the butterfly quilt that we made. And you can see there were 5 different butterflies, which we embroidered. And then the blocks for this are actually really simple to assemble. So this is a quilt that if you've got novelty fabrics and you're trying to figure out how to use them, if you've got like a sports fan, you know, the Eagles just won the Super Bowl, so maybe you want to get yourself some football fabrics and make a guy quilt by putting, or a girl quilt if you have girls in your life that are fans. This pattern is really great for showcasing those large florals or novelty prints that sometimes you don't want to cut them up into little pieces because you'll lose the design. The blocks are really super simple. So if you just leave off the embroidery or the applique altogether, this could be a really quick and easy project for you, for a go-to project for quick gifts and like charity quilts and that kind of thing. So that was part of our mystery sew along. And another thing that was part of that pattern collection, I did a video to show how to make what I call it wrapped canvas art. And a lot of times we have those orphan blocks. It's a single applique block or an embroidery block, and we finished it and now we don't really know what to do with it. I've got a video to show you how to turn any block into wrapped canvas art. And it's got a lot of dimension. I added some buttons and trims and stuff to it. And this is actually, if you can see, I'm going to hold it up to the camera. If you can see, I painted this butterfly and then I added some like doodly details with a marker. And that is another tutorial that's exclusive to the club, which is on the club website, is how to do the fabric painting and then adding the details with your marker. So that was another project that we had during that month with the butterflies. So the next mystery sew along is going to be fall themed, and this is going to start this month. So if you sign up for the club this month, you're going to get the very first block to make in this fall mystery sew along. And I'm doing 2 versions. I did a wool version. So here is my wool version. There's one of the blocks. And there's another one of the blocks in wool. And then I also thought I would try it with machine applique. So that's my machine applique version. And remember, this is just 1 block. So I think this was month 2, you would get this. Month 1, here it is. Month 1, you're going to get this. And I'm experimenting with quilts as you go. So that's why you can see it's all quilted. So I'll talk about that in the pattern tips too. So this will be, so in February, you're going to get this. And there's also some piecing. So the fall mystery, how it's going to work is every month, the entire pattern includes applique, embroidery, and piecing. So you're going to get different pieces, different parts of the pattern each month. And then at the end in July, we're going to put the whole thing together. And it's going to kind of go together like a puzzle. So it's really going to be a mystery in as far as you're going to have all these different parts each month that you do. And I don't think you're going to be able to figure out how they all go together into the quilt until we put it all together in July. So that's going to be fun for you guys because it's going to be like a mystery puzzle kind of a thing. So you can see there's also like some scrappy piecing that's going to be part of it. This is part of the first month content. So that is our fall mystery, which will be starting, like I said, in February. So we have, the club will be open through tomorrow, Thursday, for signups, and then we're going to close it, and then it will be open again probably around May. So if you wait until May to sign up, you are not going to get you're not going to get to do the mystery so long. Well, you can do it, but you won't be caught up, because what will happen in May is you'll get the first 3 months worth of mystery components, and so you will get them, but you'll kind of miss out on the fun of sewing along with us and being able to do a little bit each month. you'll be playing catch up trying to get it all done in May. So you don't want that to happen. So, you know, it's better to sign up now so that you have time to work on these things. Another question that I get is, what if I have never done hand embroidery? And hand embroidery is really popular right now. It's so relaxing. It's so nice to just sit and do while you're watching TV at night or sitting in the car. And part of the bonus content that we have in the club is the beginner's guide to hand embroidery. So you just go to that page and you are going to find a printable shopping list that you can print out and take with you to the craft store and get all your supplies if you've never done it and you don't know what you need. There's a video about the supplies that you need. There are videos for how to do the most simple stitches, so you can get started practicing those. There's some really, really simple embroidery patterns which are really perfect for practicing those beginning embroidery stitches. So all you have to do is go to that page and you're going to find everything you need to get started with hand embroidery. And then, of course, if you have any questions at all, you can just ask in our Facebook group, or if you're not, well, if you're watching this, you're on Facebook. But I was going to say, if you're not in the Facebook group, you can ask, you can always email us at comments@JacquelineSteeves.com, and we are always happy to answer your questions. So let's see, what else? Okay, so I just talked about if you've never done hand embroidery, we've got the Beginner's Guide to Hand Embroidery. I think I also mentioned that I have a machine applique tutorial, which sells for $10 on my website, and that is also included in the bonus content. So if you've never done fusible machine applique, or if you've done it and you're just looking for more tips and ideas on how to do it, you're going to get that applique tutorial also in the club content. So I wanted to show you, if you remember, I said that you can, as a club member, you have the option of getting all those previous patterns from previous months. So I just thought I would show you a few more of the projects that we have been doing. Oh, you know what? First, let me go back to, I showed you what the fall mystery. I showed you the cute little quotes that we'll be doing in February. In April, we've got some little bird and flower themed blocks, and these will be going into a quilt. So I'll just show you now how they look, what they look like. And so that will be the pattern in April. And I'm going to show you now, and actually club members haven't seen this yet either. This is, I just picked it up from the quilter this morning, and this is our March project. And it's just so cute. I love it. So this is a combination of applique and embroidery, and you could embroider the entire thing, or you could leave off the embroidery details if you just want to do the applique. So this is our little hedgehog. It's our little hedgehog wall hanging, and there's also going to be instructions for making it bigger so you can do like a lap quilt or a toddler quilt or something like that. So just show you a close-up of our hedgehog. Oh, I'm holding him upside down again. He's standing on his head. There he is. And there's going to be some other animals besides the hedgehog. I think there's like a dog and a cat and a bunny and something else. So, I mean, we all love hedgehogs, but if you want other animals too, you are going to get other animals in this pattern. So I love this. Like I said, I just picked it up this morning from the quilter, so I'm just showing it for the very first time. It's really cute. Let's see, what else can I show you? Oh, I mentioned that the two previous block of the months are available in the bonus site, and I've designed the one for 2018. And another thing about the club is that as we're doing the free version of the block of the month, the patterns also appear on the club website. So you're no longer having to look for your email when the patterns go out, and then you lost your email and you can't find it, or you thought you downloaded the pattern, but your computer crashed and you can't find it, whatever. You just always can go to the club website 24/7 and get that current block of the month pattern. So these are, we don't have all the fabrics in yet for the fabric kit, but these are some of the fabrics. They're really, really pretty that will be in the kit. And when you're a member, you get 10% off in my shop every single day. So that means you can buy patterns, books, fabric, 10% off every day. And that means that when we put out the optional fabric kit for the block of the month, you can get 10% off of that. So you're going to get the best price possible on the block of the month fabric kit. So you can see there's like, you know, it's $9.95 a month, but you're really just getting so much like content and patterns and tutorials and fun things. It's just full of fun stuff. I'll just show you really quick. This was another project that we did. We had 1 month, we had a sewing theme. So this was a little, I made like an oversized pin cushion. So that was one of my favorite things that we did. There was a month, remember we talked about how I show you how to do fabric painting. So for this, I just traced one of the embroidery patterns onto a pre-made canvas bag, which I got at the craft store for $2 or $3 and did some fabric painting on there. And then that same month, this was another one of the patterns. And this was a tote bag. The tote bag was included in the instructions in that month. And then what I did, remember I said we can mix and match the patterns. So I think those were from March of last year. So I took actually an applique pattern from 2 months previous to that, and I used the same tote bag pattern, but I used the applique pattern from January. So you can see how you can mix and match patterns that way. And then this flower that I'm showing you actually came from this quilt pattern, which was another previous project. And you can see in the center, can you see it? Okay, so in the center, there's that flower which was embroidered instead of applique. So you can see how we mixed and matched projects there. So, you know, the mixing and matching part I think is really fun. We also have a member of the week where if you want to, you can fill out a little, like a little questionnaire, and we just kind of get to know each other that way, like what your, I don't know, like what your favorite projects are, and do you have any pets, and what's your favorite dessert or something like that. So that's just a fun way to get to know each other. And again, that's optional. You can just fill out the interview, and then we just, we post those in the Facebook group, and we put them in our club newsletter. And it's a nice way to get to know each other that way. Another new thing that we started is the Art of Home Club Gives Back. And every quarter we donate to a charity. And you're not charged any extra for that. That just comes out of the club funds. And the really cool thing is that I put out a survey, and I will give you a few different charities options, and you as members get to vote on which project we are going to donate to that quarter. So that's kind of a fun thing to be involved in the charitable donation side of it. Let's see, I'm gonna look and see if anybody has any questions. Pat Lewis says, I agree, this is the best value sewing club you can join. I'm so happy I did. Oh, I'm so glad that you're having fun with it, Pat. Let's see, Sully wants to know, are we going to make an Easter project? April is coming. Well, remember I showed you, this is the March project. Oop, I keep putting him standing on his head. But there's a bunny as one of the options. So this absolutely, if you did the bunny, absolutely could be an Easter project. And remember, you could take the pattern for the bunny applique and embroidery and put it in any of these other projects. So you can make wall hangings or tote bags or, you know, a ton of other things. Let's see. Oh, and she also says Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Let's see. Julie loves pom-poms. I do too. Okay, I don't see any other questions. So hopefully I covered everything. If you're watching this later and you think of a question that I didn't cover, you can just post it in the comments or email us at comments@jacquelinessteves.com, and we'll be happy to answer that for you. And remember, tomorrow is the last day. I'm recording this on Wednesday, February 14th. So Thursday the 15th is going to be the last day to sign up. And then we will be closing enrollment until probably around May. So if you want those February and March projects that I showed you that are really cute, you'll want to get in on this today or tomorrow. That fall mystery sew along, which is going to be a ton of fun. You want to get in on that now so that you can be sewing along with us as we do that, and then see how it all comes together later in the summer. So I think I covered everything. Again, if you have questions, just let me know. And I hope to see you all in the club, and have a great day. Bye-bye.